let me hype this game up. Okay, you've got 2 4-1 teams facing off against each other. You've got Herbert in the form of his life, Eckler with a running back. You've got Mike Williams. You've got Keenan Allen. Great team. Jared Cook. And then you've got the Ravens. They can run the ball. Lamar Jackson. He can throw the ball now. What a game this can be.
With Mark Andrews as well.
Mark Andrews. Hollywood Brown, he doesn't drop it. They got so many different
evenly
options.
matched teams.
So
it must have gone right to the wire, surely, Brad.
High scoring to the wire, and it was over in about 15 minutes, wasn't it?
I'm being brutally honest. It was over by 8 minutes. I will just quickly highlight the key positives for the Chargers.
Positives? Was they ready?
We scored.
They got 6. Yeah.
We scored a touchdown, and Justin Herbert became the second quickest quarterback to reach 6,000 passing yards. Other than that, it was a disaster, to be honest with you. We'll start off with the Chargers touchdown. Herbert found Jared Cook. To be fair, Jared Cook has impressed me this season. I think that's now 4 games in a row where he scored a touchdown, or definitely 4 out of 5, maybe 4 in a row. And then, we should have just left our kicker in Baltimore, to be honest, because he is absolutely useless. It's unforgivable how many missed PATs, missed field goals he's had. If Harry Kane wanted a job in the NFL, there's one at the Chargers going, because honestly, being our kicker off, he is useless. But yeah, full credit to the Ravens. And there's a reason why they go far every year, and it just shows that the Chargers are not good enough at the moment. The Ravens flew out of the blocks into a 17-0 lead. To be honest, it was game over at that point. Latavius Murray and Le'Veon Bell got a touchdown, and then Tucker things, got a field goal. And the Chargers, we just couldn't get close to the rush, close to any passes. We just couldn't do anything, to be honest. Chargers then, as mentioned, at 17-0 did get their solo touchdown. And then the Ravens just continued their dominance really in the second half. Mark Andrews was found by Lamar Jackson for 9 yards. And then a further field goal from Tucker made it 27-6. And then the Ravens completed the route with Devonta Freeman in the end zone for another touchdown. And just a very off performance for us. I've mentioned it for weeks that wide receiver 1 Keenan Allen's not turned up. Obviously, Mike Williams was hardly played because of his injury. I've said previously, we can't stop the rush. And again, this was the worst Chargers performance I've seen in about a year now. Far too many punts, far too many 3 and outs. And it was terrible. As I think I mentioned last week, it's come to the end of a difficult run. I think we need this bye now. We need 2 weeks to get at least some sort of our defensive line back. A lot of key players missing in there. And time to recharge the batteries. I wouldn't say go back to the drawing board, because 4-2, if you offered me that at the start of the season, I would have snapped your hands off for it. But I think it's just a time now to recharge, analyse what went wrong against the Ravens, and hopefully put it right when we're all at Belushi's for you two, ending sober October. And in a big game between 3 out of the 5 hosts that we've got on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, the best way I think to analyse this game is obviously you look at it mainly from a Chargers point of view, was the Baltimore Ravens. They've looked a fresher team. I think it's because momentum's a big thing as well. I think that at the end team.
Both teams are going into it off the back of 4 wins.
I think with the
not
with
4 wins on the back for Ravens. 3 on the back for us.
3 on the back for you, yeah.
With the Baltimore Ravens, I just feel that at the M&T Bank they're particularly strong, and this is what they adapted to really well. They started far too slowly against the Indianapolis Colts. They corrected that and came firing out the block. I mean, this we saw on Monday Night Football, I believe it was, the passing game of Baltimore being excellent. It wasn't brilliant on Sunday, but it didn't matter because the rushing game was good. And they've got 3 very experienced running backs in their ranks. You think about the injuries that they've got with all their original choice, like Gus Edwards on injured reserve. They've got a system going where Le'Veon Bell, Devonta Freeman, Latavius Murray, all been around so long and all can do a job. And they've got that system working nicely. And now I think that's the reason why 3 of us out of the 4 went for the Baltimore Ravens to win this one. We thought the run game would be key. And we thought that the only way the Chargers would even stay in the game was offense. And from what I saw, they just simply didn't turn up. I think everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And I agree. It does seem like, I mean, it's every time you hear bye week, every season, I still don't know if bye week's a good thing or not. Because you think, do the Chargers want to just bounce straight back and get the win to carry on like where they left off? Because this is by far the worst performance. The Dallas one they should never have lost and were unlucky to lose. This is a rebatted performance, and normally the best way to bounce back is to carry on.
Yeah.
But so obviously you're going sitting there, if you like, sort of spewing over such a bad performance. It'll be interesting how the Chargers bounce back. But the Baltimore Ravens, they're an informed team at the moment, and I think I don't think anyone will be winning there.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was glad that I was coming back from the Jags Dolphins game, and this was actually an early kickoff, because it was done. It was done by the time I got to Northumberland Park Station, let alone Stratford. Yeah, I'm just. It's just one of them games. I'm just glad I didn't watch, to be honest. But yeah, I know what you mean. I understand what you mean. Like, it's 2 weeks now of spewing over it. I think Brandon Staley's got the right mindset to it. He said on the day, like, he was out coached, outclassed. But yeah, and I think
quickly. That's the key thing.
He has. I mean, he's a rookie coach. I mean, he's done brilliantly so far. Obviously, going to Arrowhead and winning. I just think going to Baltimore, where they are consistently in the playoffs every season. I think it was just a step too far for us in the end. But yeah, end of a tough run. The fixtures on paper get easier now. And yeah, you just got to see what happens. I think just take it one game at a time. I think in predicting this game, I got far too ahead of myself.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. And yeah, I mean, hopefully now we can bounce back, and it's not a like a fault in our run. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
I actually think it's quite a good loss. I know that sounds really bad, but the Ravens played their full playbook to beat you. So when it comes down to it, when you play them again in the playoffs, there will be no surprises. You'll learn everything that they've done. So I think out of all the losses you could have had, to see your potential, let's say, divisional round opponents up close and personal, yes, you've lost, but you both should make the playoffs anyway. So I think it's actually a good loss to experience. So you can mould the playbook and come back a bit stronger against them later on in the season.
Yeah, I think one thing just to add to that, Jay, you're right there from the point of view is that the Chargers, I don't think, could play worse again this season. But I'm looking at it, and there is the concern. We obviously won't drag this review on too long, but I think the one thing that if the Chargers are going to be in the playoffs, they can't be over a 2-game period against good run offenses. You can't be conceding 76 points across the 2 games. That's just simply far too many. And the defense has got to sharpen up, because, as I say, you can't expect Justin Hurts to prove magic every single week. He's just not experienced enough to do it yet. He's going to have off days. So it will be interesting to see how the coaches at the Chargers can get that defense back to a better standard, especially with the rush defense.